1628, Petition of Right by Maria Amidu.
So I really focused on the petition itself and wanted to actually look at it, and I didn't get the opportunity to actually look at the original piece because it's so fragile now, but I did get a chance to have a look at a facsimile. And I realised that of course it's kind of impenetrable trying to read it, and I really wanted to just make it all abundantly clear to the public about this particular moment in history that was very pivotal and had a massive impact just under 40 years later. And I decided to look at look around the idea of typography and how typography is used as a political tool. So if something sans serif, you have a particular stance. If it's serif, it has a particular stance. And I thought that was really interesting, something else that people possibly don't really know about the evolution of typography as well, and how that has been, it has its own kind of social history. So I decided to present the petition itself and a contemporary abridged version of it, and I laser cut the abridged version using Helvetica, which is sans serif, and it's a typeface that everybody kind of knows. So to me it kind of represents the people, I guess. And then I wanted to, because Charles I's trial actually happened in this space, I really wanted to find a print that demonstrated that, and so that, I guess in a way that particular piece for me is, I suppose, about just giving people the facts, essentially, in a really kind of raw way. So Petition of Right is at the top, the original, the facsimile of the original, and then the laser cut abridged version is underneath that, and that sits above the Roundheads who are represented in this print, and they wanted the rights of the common people. And below that, but exposed, is Charles I himself and the Cavaliers who were on his side, essentially. So for me it was about taking a more straightforward kind of approach to representing that particular moment in history, so that people can be introduced to it, essentially, I guess, in a way that I was. So I felt that I knew so little, but actually I should have known a lot more because it's such an important part of history. Britain is so amazing in the way that it kind of preserves and archives, and actually we're really fortunate that we have this stuff at our disposal. And I think lots of people don't realise that they can actually come to the archives and actually look at these things. So that was really important to me, that people saw a copy of the Act, and also because there's an element of it at the bottom that was cut off when Charles I was forced to revise his views on the whole petition. And I think that's quite interesting as well, that even though it's not the real thing, you get a sense of this kind of human action in the process. So the artefact itself is really important to me. And also I'd like them to get an understanding that actual moment in history happened in this space, which I think is quite incredible, really, because we're standing here now, and obviously it was a long, long time ago, but there's just something really interesting about the way that the history of Britain is really embedded in our architecture, in our kind of living world now.